Will there ever be a time when an aircraft is fully electric? The answer is yes, but it may take a long time. There's some prototypes that are out there in the wild that are fully electrified helicopter type aircraft that ferry people for short distances. In fact, I believe one company in New York recently announced that they will be ferrying passengers between Manhattan and JFK in a helicopter type fully electric aircraft. This is great news. We are heading in the right direction. However, for electrification to work in the aviation sector, we have to address how are we going to electrify the larger planes, the Boeings, the Airbuses, the Falcons, the Bombardier, all of the larger airplanes that the airlines and private charters use to fly multiple times a day. A few challenges we need to overcome. The first one is battery. The battery needs to be capable of recharging multiple times per day within 60 minutes. 60 minutes because that's how long the airlines take to turn a plane around. From the time the plane lands to the time it gets the passengers off, it boards the new passenger, and it take off. Every airline likes to keep it within 60 minutes because any longer it ends up costing them money. And the airlines only make money when the plane is flying. It needs to be able to do this recharging without generating excessive heat. It needs to be able to cool faster, which I think we already have the technology to do that. I just don't think we have it on such a wider scale. The batteries also need to be able to withstand extreme changes, extreme and rapid changes in temperature and pressure. You can take off from Las Vegas, where the elevation, I believe, is 5,000 feet, and the outside air temperature is over 100. Within 3 to 5 minutes, you can be at 28,000 feet or 35,000 feet, and the temperature is in the negative 50s. And the pressure at that altitude is also much lower than the pressure on the ground. The battery needs to be able to withstand this all day from multiple flights. You can take off from Denver during the winter where the temperature is in the low 40s and you get to altitude, or you get to, I don't know, Florida where the temperature is in the 60s, and the battery needs to be able to withstand those. Additionally, it needs to be able to charge when the temperature outside is really high. Imagine trying to charge a battery on a plane the size of a 737 in Las Vegas when the temperature is over 105 degrees. That could become an issue. Weight. In order for the plane to make money, it needs to be able to fly long distances, or it needs to be able to fly for a long time. I'm thinking within an hour and a half to 3.5 to 4 hours. Yeah. The more battery I put on the plane to accommodate those flight times, it's the heavier the plane is. Because of that, I am severely limited, or airlines or users of these planes are severely limited as to the amount of useful weight they have available to them. It limits the amount of passengers and the amount of cargo they can put on the airplane. The only way to make this financially solvent is to charge the passengers and those who are sending cargo an astronomical amount of money. And I just don't see in a real world where someone is going to pay that much money to do a flight that they can do for much cheaper on a plane that is not electrified. That makes no economical sense from a business perspective or from a personal perspective. Yeah. So it needs to be able to recharge within 60 minutes. The battery is too heavy. We need to find lighter batteries for it to work. It needs to be able to recharge multiple times during the day without generating excessive heat. It needs to be able to withstand constant and immediate change in temperature and pressure, and it needs to be able to do this multiple times during the day for it to work. And finally, it needs to be economically solvent. It needs to be able to make money in order for the airlines to see it as a viable replacement option to carbon fuel. What I do think will happen is we will develop a cleaner liquid fuel before we get to fully electrified planes as big as the Boeings, the Airbus, the Bombardier, and those larger planes. That's most likely the route we will go. All right. This is a pilot perspective. My name is Philip. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching these videos. If you do like it, don't forget to subscribe and share. If you have any suggestions or anything you would like me to cover in these videos, leave it in the comment section below. Until next time, be good.